Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 155, Shithouse.
Shithouse.
In this week's episode, we get confused. JfG Ash gets a chicken dinner. JfG Alex plays with a mouse. There's an abandoned house.
Cheers, Mel.
That wasn't meant to rhyme, by the way. And finally, VR is for monkeys.
Definitely for monkeys. Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 155. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing? You alright?
Hey buddy, yeah, as always, feeling good. Oh my god! Feeling good on a Wednesday. Just, gotta mute the laptop, you know?
Yep.
Whilst
Important.
trying to pop out the chats for the, you know, obviously the incoming barrage of messages we get during this live stream. But because, hey, we stream this live every Wednesday at around about 8 to past. Who knows?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I mean, you've probably got nothing better to do than just wait around for us.
Just wait for us, you fuckers. Just sit there.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
No.
Don't put any music on. Just sit there. And then you can join us, of course, on the old YouTube there, buddy.
YouTube.
Or you could join us on twitch.tv
Yeah.
/ the JfG Podcast.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if you're a little sort of alternative, zany, you know, you like listening to bands for the first time and then telling your friends that you've discovered a new band.
I love discovering new bands.
Yeah. As if
I'm a big
you've
fan.
You fucking discovered them, as if they haven't been touring for like
They never
6
existed,
years.
right? Until
Just trying to pay away, like just make a living any way they can.
Hey.
But you've discovered them.
I've discovered a new band this week.
Oh yeah.
I believe they're called the Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah.
Oh right.
Discovered them this week.
You've discovered them.
Discovered them. Yeah.
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 He's discovered hit 90s band the Goo Goo Dolls there.
Yeah.
And
no one else has heard of them. Just me. Discovered
this
them.
is their big break now.
I know.
Like getting talked about on a show with a listener base such as this, buddy. I got a sneaking suspicion they're going to go far.
Listener base, at least in the teens.
Minimum.
Yeah. Teens I'm
Minimum.
going for. It might not even be that, to be honest, but hey, who cares?
Who knows? So
Not me.
what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Well, previously I've recorded 154 episodes of this podcast.
Previously on the JfG Podcast.
It's been good times up until now.
Oh, God, okay. That sounds ominous, but please continue.
No, it's fine. I'm really enjoying doing the show. It's the only thing that gets me through the week, really. That and Friday nights where I get really shit-faced, which is always good.
Yeah, there you go.
Life is great. Houses,
else do you
on the
need?
other hand, are not great. Houses are the worst things you could ever attempt to sell or buy. I hate it.
So I take it no listeners have put in any offers for your house yet?
No. Did we put it in the pod? I didn't even put it in the Discord. I forgot. I'll do it in a bit. In a bit. That's how you talk.
bit?
Yeah, in a bit. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fucking. I mean, yeah. Just I've had I don't know. I've lost count. Like literally one a day, possibly more a day, of random people coming to look at my house, and then you get feedback from the estate agent. They're like, "Oh, the living room's too small." I'm like, I can't do anything about that.
No, get on it.
I mean, let me just push this wall a bit, see if I can make it a bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, you knock on next door and be like, do you mind?
Excuse
you're not going to
me,
be rude about it.
Can I just extend my living room while I try and sell it? You can push it back afterwards, because I won't be here. I won't give a shit.
That's how houses work.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just take all the furniture out and be like, is that big enough, you fuckers?
Yeah.
Now, you know.
It would look bigger, but also they'd be slightly confused as to why the rest of the house is furnished and you're still living in it, but you've just got the biggest room in the house with nothing in it at all.
Well, you know, could go the other way, get something really big like a bull, yeah? full-grown size bull, put it in there, and be like, look,
okay.
you can fucking fit a bull in this room. Look at that.
And don't look in his eyes.
Do not.
Gets a bit shirty.
Are you wearing red?
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Dead. Also, buddy, looking at houses, how fucking pointless is... Like, I'm going to live in this thing for a long time. Yeah, let's just have a quick 10-minute whip round, and then I'm like, yeah, I like it. I mean, that's dumb.
You think that's not really sufficient for such a bold and outrageous decision as buying a house?
It's quite expensive buying a house.
I've heard that.
And you seem to pay it off pretty much all your life.
Yep.
Unless it's like, you know, either you're minted or it's a shit house.
Yeah.
You know, either or.
Shit house.
Shit house, indeed. There we go. Podcast name. Cheers, buddy. And, yeah, I just feel like you go look around it for 10 minutes and then, like, you think, oh, I should probably go and get another viewing on that. You go back to book another viewing. It's gone. House is gone. Someone bought it with their 10 minutes of walking around it. They're like...
Yeah, they were like, fuck it. I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah. Let's roll the dice.
Let's just go for it.
Yeah, fuck it. So,
damn the consequences.
Houses in general are gay.
Yep.
And I mean that in the bad way.
Yeah. It's a minefield, just like house hunting.
Well, yeah. I don't, derogatory terms and all that. I'm not a fan, but this time, yes.
Let's go for the 90s version of gay there, and fair play to you.
Yeah.
The minefield.
So, yeah, that's my week. How about yours? Because literally, I can't do anything. I can't leave the house because someone's coming to view the house. So I have to make sure it's clean and tidy.
This is your life now.
Mate, if this goes on for more than another week, it's going to go on for fucking months as well. It could go on for a year, maybe more. Who knows? The house across the road, it's been on the market for 10 months. Gibbons, it's a shithole, but still... I don't know, mate.
They're probably right old douchebags.
Oh, clearly.
It's probably like a child's paddling pool in the kitchen or something, and,
makes sense.
Rat corpses lined up on the radiators.
Maybe they've got a bull in
the living room. It could be a bull. Yeah. It's the north after all, buddy. So
question, would you ever buy a house if it only had a shower in it, not a bath? Just a shower?
Yes.
I mean,
but I don't have children to bathe, so
even if I didn't have kids, I'd be like, no, I need a bath. I can't just shower. That's weird.
I'm not sure I've had a bath in the last 10 years.
I don't know okay.
I haven't got time for a fucking bath. Like, I just really don't. I'd rather be doing something else.
But the bath is really relaxing with the bubbles. Some Kenny G on.
You could go down that route, or you could just like rub one out and then have a shower, and you're basically in the same spot, buddy. Except you weren't bathing in your own juices. So, I'd rather have an extra half hour's gaming than sit in a bath in my own filth, if I'm honest.
I'm a fan of
it's the future. Until we get sonic showers, at least. It's the way it is, I'm afraid.
I think we need to find a poll. Or get a poll. We need to find a poll. We need to find a Polish person and ask them this question.
Isn't your missus got a bit of Polish in her?
I think so, yeah.
You should ask.
Well, she'll definitely go for the bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a fan of the bath. But yeah, let us know.
That's not going to work.
Let us know. Shower or bath? I mean, I prefer both, to have a shower and a bath. I mean, if you look at the pictures of my house... One
after the other.
Obviously. Have the bath to relax and then shower to clean.
Shower off,
shower off the bath, yeah. But yeah, if you look at the pictures of my house, you can see that I've got a lovely bathroom with a large bath and shower. Separate. It's nice. By my house.
By his house.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't leave the house. How's your week, buddy? Did you leave your flat?
Yeah, I've been out and about, buddy. Fucking double busy. I've been all over the place.
Busy.
Yeah, I've been doing this and that here and there and everywhere, like the Beatles. Went to see Feeder. You remember me mentioning last week, along with many names.
I didn't check
songs.
what they were, though.
That's fine. Why would you? I mean, genuinely, why would you? So yeah, I went to see them at Brixton Academy, buddy. Prestigious British venue, the Brixton Academy in London.
Quick question. On Friday night, we were discussing 10 good songs Feeder ever made.
Yep.
Did we get that list?
I got Funk allowed me 7 of the 10 that I picked.
That's not bad.
It's worth noting that they played 2 or 3 on the night that I'd forgotten about that are really good as well. Oh my
god! So that's
we might have to
could get up to
revisit
9.
this. Yeah,
Top 9 Feeder tracks next week's podcast.
They played they released a couple of singles that weren't on their albums. One of them was there's a weird Russian vampire film called Night Watch.
Right.
I encourage everyone to watch it. It's very odd and has obscene production values for what is clearly a Russian indie film. But yeah, we watched it completely baffled.
Was that the one with the
podcast,
trilogy?
Paul.
Was there trilogy?
There were 2. There was Night Watch and Day Watch.
Remember
it was they were cool films.
Yeah.
There were lots of special effects, lots of crows, an excellent scene where a giant Chernobyl-esque Ferris wheel rolls through a city, like crushing loads of people. That was quite fun. And then bafflingly, you get to the end of that odd film, and it just kicks in with a Feeder track that isn't on any of their albums.
Obviously.
Very, very strange, but it's a great song. So, yeah. No, they were really, really good, but they are, like, getting on, I would say. And it felt a little bit occasionally like he was kind of phoning it in that way that you go and see a band that have been touring for like 20 years and they almost seem a little bored of their songs themselves, so they sort of fuck about with them a little bit. And I'm kind of the opinion that do your fucking job, man. Like you're a rock star.
I've paid for this service.
Yeah.
Service me.
Sing your songs properly, you bastards.
Exactly.
And at first I was kind of thinking, okay, well maybe, he's getting on, maybe his voice has gone a bit and he's just like adjusting, and that would have been probably less annoying. But then they came out for an encore, and by the way, why would you come out after going off to loads of cheers and then a big crowd like baying for you to come back on stage, and then you come back out and play 2 acoustic songs? That seems a weird thing to do.
That's rock and roll these days, mate. Haven't you heard?
But it just seems like you're really missing the point of an encore if you come out and play something really like everyone's
gonna slow it down.
Feeder. Like you come back out and then you play this song and expect everyone to just shut the fuck up while you play these acoustic songs. But he sang them brilliantly. The acoustic songs like hit all the like high notes and I was like, okay, so he has still got it. So presumably he just couldn't be fucked before, and that was probably worse. And the support band were terrible. Absolutely one of the worst support bands I've ever seen. They were just embarrassing, like Bieber-esque pop music. So that was a bit of a problem. But it was Brixton, so I had some good chicken. So swings and roundabouts in many ways, buddy. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Cool night. I can't get pissed in there, though.
What?
There's no time.
Why?
It's so poorly run that to go and get 2 pints, it will take you like 25 minutes. So basically, you can either get drunk or watch the music, but you're certainly not going to fit both of them in, buddy. I'll tell you that. So there we go. There we go. O2 Academy there. Just FYI. So yeah, that was cool, buddy. That was my Saturday night. I really enjoyed that. The only other really vaguely interesting thing that I've done was last night. I went to the BFI, British Film Institute in London, to their cinema up there, and saw the first UK screening of the new Wes Anderson film, Isle of Dogs.
Oh, interesting. This is the stop animation thing in it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, stop motion. Lots of dogs on an island. It's got nothing to do with the Isle of Dogs in London, which is an actual place in London that is an island, not of dogs. but it's called that. But this is an island of dogs. And yeah, it's just, I mean, if you've seen the Fantastic Mr. Fox, then you're probably like halfway there with this.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic film. Really enjoyed it. Felt kind of special watching a movie like 2 weeks before it comes out, like 2 weeks before the fucking British premiere even like airs.
That's nice.
And yeah, it was just really cool. And then as an added bonus, which we didn't know was happening, the head of BFI came out at the end with 3 of the animation team, like the guys who actually worked with the puppets and did all the animation. And they did a really interesting Q&A session about like how they made the film, and that these guys are British, like the main like stop motion animation HQ on Earth is in like East London. So they they've worked on loads of stuff. They did Fantastic Mr. Fox, some whatchamacallit, like Corpse Bride as well, like
nice
Tim Burton films, before. And obviously there's not that many of those dudes like in that industry. Like there's probably like 50 people on Earth that are kind of at the head of that thing, and they obviously all know each other because it's not that often that these sorts of movies are made anymore. So it was really cool, like hearing all about how it was made. Like they were saying, like as a team, they've got like 13 different sound stages, and they're all recording like every day. And the combined work of all of those stages and all of those people, they get 2 seconds of animation completed each day. So
wow.
It's like he said the average once all the work's gone into like all the sets and creating all the models and everything being like signed off and ready to go, then the whole thing basically takes 80 weeks, 7 days a week, a team of like 100 people to put this like hour and a half thing out. It's fucking crazy. Man, absolutely unbelievable. The other like really interesting thing about it was Wes Anderson. This isn't necessarily the case on his like live action films, but on his animated stuff, because he wants to see everything. But obviously, like when you're working in that way, where you're like you've got all these different stages doing like a quarter of a second, half a second like work each day, then you can't really supervise that properly by being there. So he literally has like a giant Skype call, and there's just like a monitor in each studio, and he just like sits in an office. Each one. Yeah, and he just sits there like crazy all day. And if they've got any questions, then they just like Skype in and ask him, and he comes back like straight away. Like he has to look at every individual prop, every individual like fucking fiber, and sign off on everything. And yeah, that's the way that they make that film. It's fucking weird, but yeah. It's a great film, like one of those films that's really funny for adults, but kids would blatantly get a kick out of it as well. And it was a really good night. Yeah, had some dinner up there as well, buddy, and then fucked off home. So
nice.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
So yeah, a couple of highlights. Like not a bad week for me. Pretty good stuff. I suppose the only other thing really, a friend of the podcast, Paul, is actually moving to my town this week, buddy. He moves here on Friday. It's pretty exciting. Might be able to get him guest on the show at some point as well.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
That'd be cool. But I just wanted to extend a royal welcome, buddy, on behalf of the residents of Royal Tunbridge Wells, to friend of the podcast, Paul. I'd like to welcome him to the area, and also highlight some important Ponzi dates for his diary. This is a Ponzi town. He's from Brighton, he's from like a youthful Brighton where everyone's a bit weird. You're going to have to adjust if you're going to live here, buddy. So here's some important dates for your diary. This year's Jazz on the Pantiles events begin on Thursday the 3rd of May.
Oh, there you go. Sign me up.
Pop that in your diary. On the 11th of May, Radio 4's Jeremy Hardy will be appearing at the Trinity Theatre, buddy. So,
oh my God.
Tickets currently available. And on the 2nd of June, it will see the 2nd annual Tunbridge Wells yard sale, buddy, where the whole town comes together to sell all of their shit, except this is Tunbridge Wells, so you can only buy telescopes,
bespoke
phonographs,
items,
penny farthings, monocles, and of course the poor.
Obviously, you can buy the poor. Yeah,
there you go.
Boy for sale.
Boy for sale. So yeah, welcome to the party. And that's what my week, buddy. So unless you've got anything else.
Clearly, there's one question that needs asking. What are you drinking tonight, buddy?
I'm on the pint cans of Stella Artois this evening, buddy. It was an inspired choice. I don't know what year these are, but going down very smooth. What about yourself, buddy? What are you drinking?
I'm on the Coors Light, buddy, and the mountain is blue.
The mountain is blue. There you go. The old switcheroo.
It was like 20 bottles for a tenner. I was like, hello. I'll have you. Thank you very much.
Couple of biatches in many ways, buddy.
Indeed. It'll get the job done at some point. I don't know. How strong is Coors Light? I'm hoping it's at least 4. It's 4. That'll do.
That'll do, yeah?
It's not 5, really, is it? You know.
It's not 5, no. It's not. No, far from it.
Far from it, at least 1% off.
Yeah, oh well.
Well.
He's had a go.
Yeah, I tried.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's go and talk about what we've been playing. This is a show about video games. I don't know if you knew that, buddy, but that's actually this week's topic for the show.
Get in. I've done that.
Yeah. There you are. So would you like to get the ball rolling, buddy? Looks like you've been playing a fair old bit this week.
Mate, I've been to Completion Town again this week.
Oh my God.
Right, and I mean, it didn't take me long, but I completed Fortnite this week.
And by completed Fortnite, do you mean you won
I beat Fortnite.
You beat it. Would you care to elaborate at all, buddy?
Got fucking chicken dinner, buddy, in Fortnite.
You're number 1.
I got the number wang. Yeah, I beat it.
How did it feel, buddy?
Fucking, it was intense. My heart was racing. That was scary. I think it only took me like 15 games to win it, so that obviously means I'm the best.
Oh, definitely.
And I was cheating as well. I was using a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, hello.
But I tell you what, I am shit with a mouse and keyboard.
Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, since we've played like that?
It's been a long time. And
yeah, especially competitively.
Jesus Christ, I was so bad. And the only reason I won this game, like, I got 4 kills, which I don't think that's great. I think that's okay, getting 4 kills. Should have had about 8, though, you know, like you do. I was very lucky when I landed. I found a little hut and got a purple sniper rifle. Sniped a dude, went over, stole his shit, and then just made my way through the map. I was like, having a lovely time. Killed another couple of dudes. So I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I kind of just stood on top of a mountain for a while. The circle got smaller, and then I was like, oh, I need to move. So moved to the next mountain, and then suddenly I was the only one left on the mountain. Obviously, like, there were people at the bottom of the mountain, and I shot one in the face, and I was papping the other one. I think I got him like at least down to half health. I knocked all his shield and everything off him. And he was trying to get up the mountain, but he died because the storm came in. And I was like, well, there you go. That's how you win Fortnite.
Fucking congratulations, buddy. That's impressive indeed. Yeah,
it's been an interesting one. I played a fair bit of it. I played about 30-odd games, I'd say. The solo, like, 1 versus everyone, the 100-man death arena, whatever you want to call it, the game mode.
And has it surprised you how much you like that? Because you don't tend to be one for, like, solo competitive stuff in the past.
I hate that stuff, but for some reason, this kind of game mode it's been interesting. It's something different. I think that's what's kind of piqued my interest. It runs really well. It runs at a nice 60 FPS on the Pro. I don't know about the normal PS4, but it runs really well. I still think what I said about the shooting in that game is like fucking balls, but if you get a scoped weapon, you're away, son.
And you got your mouse.
Well, you say that, but yeah, definitely a mouse definitely helps with the scoped weapons. But when you're talking about like medium range, like assault rifle range, then it doesn't help that much because like the kickback on those guns are all kinds of weird, and I don't know what the aim assist is like when you're using the keyboard and mouse to controller, but I found like mid-range like territory when I was using an assault rifle, I was having much more joy with the controller. And then fucking when it gets to close quarters, it's just anyone's fucking game because it's all jumping around like a twat, which is always fun. Get your shotgun out time. But I think the main thing that I kind of want to compliment this game on is its like building mechanics or whatever. Like, you know, you can build like stairs and walls and things like that. And literally, like, I noticed after a few games, like as soon as you start shooting someone, they'll just turn around and just build like a set of stairs and a wall, and it's like, oh fuck, like they've got instant cover. I'm like, first of all, I was like, that's really annoying, obviously, because I was like, I can't do this very well. But then I tried to like teach myself a little bit how to do it, and yeah, it ended up like in some of the combat that I was in was, you know, you try and get the height advantage, obviously, because all you're doing is popping your head over and then boop, boop, shooting down on them. And I had a lot of success doing that. But then, obviously, the problem is then if you make like 4 stairs high and they shoot the bottom one out, meow, it all collapses and you die. So
yeah, I was watching
it's a
little
tough
bit.
one.
I couldn't help but catch a little bit of that Ninja and Drake stream that everyone was going on about.
Yeah.
But just the speed at which he was like building, like he basically wasn't breaking stride, like going across like rivers and mountains and stuff, just like popping things down in front of him, running straight onto them, and the next thing is quite incredible. Like,
I think that's the part of the game that has surprised me the most, and I'm like, wow, that's actually a really cool idea, and they've implemented it really fucking well as well.
A bit better than that Metal Gear Survive shit where you slowly put a fence up and then a load of zombies just sort of crush up against it really lightly.
Not great.
Fair play, buddy.
But yeah, that game mode is kind of enjoyable, and I played a bit of squad matches as well with some of the dads, and that went okay. I think if we played it more together, then yeah, we'd have a lot more joy. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Sounds like it's taken you by surprise, really.
It has, but I don't think I'm going to be playing it much more. The main reason I started playing it was because my son, he wanted to play it because of all of his mates at school. Like, yeah, we're playing Fortnite. And I was like, it's a 12, you're like 7, 8. I booted it up, I had a go on it. I was like, yeah, that seems okay to me because it's very cartoony. There's no blood and stuff like that.
Gory violence.
No, it's nothing more than playing like Ratchet and Clank or something like that where you're shooting people in that as well. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm fine with it. And it's funny because like my son, like he can't shoot anything because he doesn't really understand. He understands it, but he hasn't got like the fundamentals of spinning the camera around properly and, you know, like how seasoned veterans of playing games that we are, you know, we know how to look around and check corners and things like that. But like he'll still place in like the top 25 regularly because he's just like mooching about, not really giving a shit, which is just, I'm baffled. I'm like, how is this happening? And like I'll go in there and be like, yeah, let's do this, and then just die like after like, I don't know, a minute. But then again, that was on purpose because like I wanted to learn how the guns were, or how the gunplay is a bit more. So I'd like immediately jump out the bus and try and get in some sort of fight. So I can be like, right, instead of like wasting like, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever walking around and then coming across someone and dying, you know, like let's just get it over with and try and
practice
get better.
Combat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is
makes sense.
It's kind of made me a bit more excited about Pugba, which came out on mobile this week, and I downloaded it. I haven't launched it. Fuck that. I don't know. No, I'm not playing that game on my phone. It's like it's clearly, you know, aimed towards all like the kids these days because they play things on tablets and, you know, they love free to play shit because they haven't got any money. And then the parents are like, oh, it's free, so yeah, you can play it. But then the kids max out the parents' credit cards because of all the microtransactions, which happened to one of the parents this week because their son was playing Fortnite and bought, I think it was like £300 worth of fucking shit. I'm like, well, might want to put a password on there.
Maybe have some sort of vague common sense of some description.
Little thought there. Maybe have a password on that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, my password's at least 30 characters long.
Indeed, buddy. That's how it's done in many ways.
Good luck, fuckers.
Gibbons.
I doubt I'll talk about Fortnite ever again, unless for some mad reason I get into it. For some reason, Sunday night I was like, I was quite pissed, and I was just playing it and getting proper into it. And luckily, I stopped because some of the boys were on, and we played some Ghost Recon Wildlands Ghost War, buddy. And
how did that go?
It went really well. I unlocked the medic and the assassin. I love the assassin. It fits my game style of running in there like a dickhead, because you can do that.
Perfect.
Yeah,
because you can't get spotted properly on stuff, can you?
Yeah, which is nice. And we had a fucking whale of a time. Who was it? It was me, Funk, Dizzle, and Pete. And we won quite a lot of games from what I remember. As I said, I was very drunk. I'd been to the pub.
It's the way to play.
Oh, yeah, definitely, mate. Not a care in the world. I continue monster hunting. I'm getting a bit bored of that game now. Not bored, but I'm frustrated the fact that it's like single player / co-op bollocks. It's just annoying. I think we're at the final boss. Old Nergigante. He's a big fucker that likes to fuck you up, and we tried to take him on and failed miserably. It didn't go well because he's a big fucker. But yeah, Monster Hunter World, still going with that. Probably 55, 60 hours or something into it now, which is cool.
It's not bad.
And finally, buddy, I played some Super Hot because
Super Hot.
Indeed, not the VR version, unfortunately. Just normal, because it was on Twitch, whatever thing it was, the Twitch Prime. They brought out a load of free games.
You could get it for nothing because we got the membership and everything. That's
so
cool.
I got it for nothing. So I played a bit of Super Hot, and that game's really fun.
I really want to try it outside of VR because I
think it would be terrible outside of VR after playing the VR. I think you'll be like, what is this game?
Maybe.
This is just nothing compared to the whole feeling of actually doing it. Because I'm there going like, this would be really good in VR.
Well, you need to get down, buddy. You need to get down.
No, I need to sort a weekend out, but fucking because of obviously selling the house, got to be here for people showing them around. No, I don't know, but yeah, we'll sort something out.
Gibbons.
So yeah, apart from that, buddy, that's me done for games for good.
For good, it's all over. He's decreeing it. He's decreeing it. So right now,
no, obviously, games will be continued to play.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what you been playing, buddy? We've been jamming, rocking, whatever.
I've been playing some VR.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I have also been to Completion Town, buddy.
Oh yeah.
And that would be Moss, which we picked up this week, and the missus has been like, buy this game. And that's kind of the opposite of how it normally goes. Normally it's me who's like, I'm gonna buy this. Like, okay. But no, this time she's like, I want this. I want to play with this little fucking fluffy fucker.
Yeah.
I want to... so yeah, I've been playing Moss, and what a fantastic little game this is. It's so well done. And it's a weird one because it doesn't necessarily sound like it would be great in VR when you tell people the concept of it. And if you're watching it on the like social screen, i.e. just the telly outside of VR, then it kind of looks a little bit pointless as well. But it's so cool. Like basically you've got a 3D sort of, 2.5D platformer, a sort of Rayman type game. But you are like a sort of god, like a watcher. You're the reader, basically, because it's like a storybook. So you're turning the pages of your storybook, and then you go into the world, and it plays out like a scene in front of you. But there's so much more range of movement there than I was expecting, and it really doesn't feel like you're separate from that environment at all. In fact, once we completed the game, we decided, we were looking at the trophies and realised that no stretch to go for the platinum, and that's the case on a lot of VR, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can bang out a platinum in about 6 hours. So, there's a load of hidden scrolls throughout the environments, and we were kind of struggling to see exactly where they were. And then the missus just sort of got up and peered into the world, and basically at one point was kind of standing in the middle of the level, looking in all the little houses, like looking all around.
That's awesome.
And spotting the scrolls. It's got a lovely sort of mechanic where, you know, there's certain objects that you can move. So as the sort of reader, you can kind of move blocks, and then the rest of the game plays as though it's a platformer. You control Quill, this little mouse, and she can kind of run about and jump up on things and hang off of ledges. She's got a little sword that you can use, and you can also take control of enemies to position them on buttons and switches and that sort of thing to kind of affect the world. Some of the puzzles are really nice. They're a little bit more taxing than I was expecting, a couple of them, to be honest, but it's all kind of physics-based stuff, and how am I going to get this button to be pressed down when I've got to be over here through this door, and that sort of thing. It plays nicely, the combat's fine, you know, passable. It looks really glorious, the art style is lovely, and a lot of VR games do compromise heavily on the visuals, but I think when you're making a game for VR from the ground up, you really don't need to do that. You're aware of your limitations in advance.
Yeah.
And you can kind of adjust things accordingly from the very beginning. So, yeah, graphically it looks really nice, even on the TV when you're watching it while someone else is playing. It's really cool, and it really brought to mind the what we've been talking about for some time. The idea of these sort of tabletop experiences, be it sort of tabletop games, board games, or real-time strategy type games where you're really sort of standing over a little landscape in a sort of almost like a sort of real-life Warhammer, but in VR kind of thing.
That'd be amazing.
There's so much potential.
You can play God. That's what you can play. God. Imagine like playing black and white, but in VR.
Exactly.
Picking up those little people and throwing them around. It'd be loads of fun.
Yeah. Populous used to be able to do stuff like that as well. Like, it's so conducive to that type of thing. And the bottom line is that this is something completely different. Like there's nothing on this console, or on any platform, in fact, that does this, which is a huge thing. It's like a big, unique selling point. It's a little short, I would say. I think
it is a mouse, buddy.
Oh no, yeah. He's a little bit. I think we finished the first run in about 3 hours, something like that.
But do you feel like was that a consecutive 3 hours? Like sat down and off you go.
Yeah,
kind of. Did you take it in turns? I'm guessing then, like
a couple of levels each, kind of moving our way through. It's really nicely narrated and it's set into chapters. It's also labelled as Book 1, which suggests either that there'll be DLC or another game, I suppose. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it certainly left us wanting more. Like
cool.
It's good. I don't think that it's too bad for the price. I think we paid with one of those CD keys credit with the sort of discount and then the 5% off as well. I think we paid £23 for it, and that's a little bit steep, but it is kind of launch window at this point.
It's a lot cheaper than Skyrim VR, buddy.
Yeah, which is in the sale now, I think, and is still like 35 quid in the sale, but it was like 55, 60 pounds on the store for a game that came out in what? How long ago? Like
10 years.
7, 8 years ago.
At least a millennium ago.
Yeah. So that's Moss. It's a fantastic little game. We're really enjoying it. I think we're only 2 trophies off the platinum now, working our way through. There's a few different collectibles and bits and pieces. A few little bugs and glitches. A couple of times when I was hanging from a ledge and it just didn't seem to want to let me get off, like disengage from the ledge. But overall pretty tasty, and the jumping is, considering it's like sort of 2.5D, so sometimes you're jumping towards the foreground or the background, it's got that sort of 3D thing going on. it's pretty forgiving, and I didn't find myself like annoyingly misjumping too often. It's also got a really decent checkpointing system, so if you do fuck it, or if the game does glitch out, then you'll be parked back where you were like 10 seconds ago within
that's kind of
15-second load. So yeah, that's Moss, buddy.
So are you using the move controllers there, I'm guessing, to wobble him about and stuff?
No, this is a DualShock 4 game.
Is it? Okay.
So yeah, you play it on the controller the way that you would a normal platformer.
Yeah.
But you are also able to the controller's being tracked by the camera.
The light sensor,
like
on it. And stuff,
it appears like an orb in the environment. So you move the DualShock around to put it over the top of objects and highlight enemies and objects that you want to affect, and then you can move those with the triggers to pull blocks out or move enemies or whatever.
I getcha.
So yeah, it's just uses that sensor on the front of the controller, and it's a pretty elegant way of doing it.
Nice. Looks very cool, I must say. I definitely will have a go at it. And like you say, it's kind of not breaking boundaries or whatever. It's pushing it these VR games in a new direction. Yeah, new direction. Classic.
New direction. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Like, that's what you don't want.
The top-down thing. Yeah, instead of...
The concern for VR owners is every time a new shooting gallery comes out, like, you're thinking, fucking hell, this thing's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
when no one's
innovating and things like that.
Exactly.
I don't like. This was one of the first things that I wanted to see in VR. Was like, this is my point of view. I can move about a little bit, but I'm still going to be pretty much where I am. But I want to see shit going on around me. I want to see little people like fighting or blowing up buildings. And what was it the Command and Conquer like little demo thing that we saw in VR? I was just like, fuck, this is it. This is what I want to play. I want to play something like this. I don't want to just play like on the rail shooters or shooting galleries or whatever it is. Like this is actually interesting me. And yeah, this looks very, very cool, buddy.
Gibbons, absolutely. It's it's heartening for the platform, and hopefully we'll have lots more of that sort of thing in the future. So, also been playing Ultrawings again, which is the little flight sim game that I've been playing. I've unlocked my third airfield now. I'm on course for unlocking my third plane as well, buddy. I've been using the jet boost glider, and I'm trying to unlock the biplane at this point. But that game is so cool. The way that it makes you feel, it's quite special. It just really does feel like you're flying and that you're controlling something. It's a really genuinely impressive achievement. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into more of that. So yeah, there's that.
Nice.
And the only other one VR wise, you may remember competition winner, friend of the podcast, Dan, mentioned the Call of Duty VR experience last week.
Yes.
Jackal Assault.
Yes.
I hadn't actually tried that yet, so I downloaded that this week and gave it a little go. It's very nice, like very nice. It's just a short mission, like a sort of opening mission to like X-Wing, that sort of thing. So
yeah,
you get a little tutorial where you've got to fly your spaceship along behind a teammate, and then you've got to brake so that you can scan something, and then you spin around and you've got to destroy some debris that's kind of in the way of some ships, and then there's like a anomaly opens in the distance and a load of alien ships come through, and then you sort of dogfight it out with, I don't know, maybe 25, 35 ships, something like that.
Yeah.
Controls really nice. Looks really good as well. I think a huge bonus to having these space sims is the amount of textureless nothing on the screen. Like, it's so favorable for performance. Like, you can really push the textures on spaceships when 85% of the screen is just blackness and nothing else. Just runs really nice. Controls lovely. It's kind of just a shame that it isn't a full game, really, because they've properly got something there, and obviously Activision not hugely keen on pushing out too many resources to a platform that's got such a small install base, but if they wanted to, and that's the thing with a lot of these AAA developers, there's a lot of these little demo experiences type thing. You've got a Battlefront one as well. Even The Last Guardian's got a VR demo type thing. And they're really solid. Like, it's just a bit of a shame that they're not full-blown pieces of kit, like proper games. But yeah, really, really nice little tech demo, and played through it like 4 or 5 times. It's quite fun. It keeps track of your sort of enemy kills, so you got something to aim for.
Yeah.
The missus had a go as well. She liked it. So yeah, bit of a winner.
Nice.
Yeah. And finally from me, buddy, and I haven't got much for this. I played the Gravel demo this week, which is a sort of off-road racer from Milestone, and it is shite.
Yeah, it looks a bit shite.
It does.
That's mainly why I didn't download the demo.
It plays a bit shite. The frame rate is questionable. I wouldn't like to speculate what it's running at exactly. I can tell you what it isn't running at, and it isn't running at 60. I'm not convinced it's running at 30 either.
Oh, yes.
There's something going on there, but yeah, no, there's nothing there, man. Like, graphics look about 5 years old, and the controls are really sort of woolly and horrible. And a game like that where you're constantly drifting around corners, it needs to be on point. It needs to be twitchy, and feeling like you can really make quick inputs. And that is not what is going on here. So,
no.
Yeah. Give that one a miss. I thought that would be the case. Like, Milestone, kind of similarly to Big Ben in the past, their games have been almost like B movies to the sort of AAA industry.
Yeah.
And yes, that is the case here as well, unfortunately. Although, worth mentioning from last week, buddy, rumours gathering that that Cody's are about to announce that they've got that WRC license. Looks like I may well have been right with my little punt there.
Nice.
So, yo.
Loves it.
So yeah, the only other one that I've played this week, and this was this game night that we played a bit of Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2, buddy, that runs at 60 frames per second, which is better than 30 or less.
Fucking does. Funk's gonna pipe in with a little bit about this later on, but this is such a cool game. It's such a cool game. We got a lot to learn.
Oh, yeah. I have no clue what I'm doing.
Everyone's been playing it for a long time, and they're all better than us.
That will happen.
Which is inevitable, but I really, really like this game.
Sorry, just yawning then. It's, sleepy time.
My bad.
No, it's not because of you. It's because I'm tired. It's been a busy day. My brain's hurting. It's late. It's like 9:15 now. It's bedtime. What was it, Monday night? I was asleep by like 9 o'clock. I was kind of hungover from the day before and just fell asleep. I was like, I was so tired. But anyway.
Fucked it off.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I could be playing games right now. I was just like, no, it's just too tired. Sleepy time.
Just go to sleep. Yeah.
Titanfall 2, mate. Yeah, it's a cracking game. I need to investigate into different weapons because I'm still just using the standard assault rifle. I had good games. I had bad games. So therefore, I just don't know what's going on. I don't know how to play that game good yet. I just need to get good, I think.
Yeah, we just need to pump some hours into it. We've probably only played it for like 3 hours online. So it's just a case of putting the time in and getting good at that thing. But as I said before, like some of those maps are pretty small. When there's going to be like 6 of us on there, then some 3v3s would be a really good way of, if nothing else, like training ourselves up to be like evil bastards who are going to conquer. So,
obviously, and that's what we aim to achieve.
Indeed. So yeah, bumper week for games. Decent stuff, buddy. Thank God for that. Gaming podcast and all.
Doing games.
Yeah. Let's go and talk about something else, shall we?
Games.
And now it's time for the news. Number one. I'm getting this one out of the way early because it is a little serious for our show, but it had to be mentioned because fucking hell, good lord, and oh, what? So yeah, this is the story that this week more than 400 UK schools received bomb threats by email.
That's nice.
This resulted in several dozen evacuations, thousands of hours of wasted police time, and it was all quite confusing. The message was basically a student has been sent into the school with a bomb. It's going to go off in 3 hours unless $5,000 is paid to a PayPal account or whatever.
Brilliant.
So, as more and more details emerged from this fucking thing, it became clear that it was game-related, unbelievably. The emails originated from a Minecraft community in the States, who are trying to fuck with and destroy a US-based company who host Minecraft servers called Velt PvP. This community claims that Velt PvP is responsible for various bad practices as well as DDoS attacks on other Minecraft servers. And so in retaliation, they formulated a plan where they'd send out 24,000 bomb threat emails claiming that the money needed to be paid to Velt PvP.
Brilliant.
So that's the story.
Well, if things are bad, terrorism wins.
That's the way it works, buddy.
That's how I do my things when I need to get the job done. Obviously,
exactly.
Death threats and everything.
Bit of casual terrorism.
Who fucking thinks this is a good idea?
I don't. It's unbelievable.
I just don't understand. It's like, whatever the reasons for them doing it, this is not a good way of doing it.
It's like primary schools. Like a lot of primary schools. Like imagine the sort of panic that something like this creates.
It's fucking mental. You'd be like,
you're putting thousands of adults and children through like a really harrowing day.
Yeah.
Just because of fucking Minecraft servers, you absolute.
But then the
cunts.
problem is, like, someone like is going to read this and be like, "That's a good idea."
Yeah, it's just honestly fucking beggars belief, man. Unbelievable. Hopefully these guys are going to get fucking locked up promo.
Yeah, I mean,
always difficult when you've got a sort of intercontinental fucking bullshit going on in terms of jurisdiction.
Yeah.
It's going to turn out there are a bunch of fucking
police?
kids.
Yeah,
they're going to be like
a
bunch of 13-year-olds that were responsible for this, I'd imagine.
It's because of Minecraft servers and shit. Of course it's going to be 13-year-old kids.
Yeah, I mean, there was a quote on the Sky News website where they allegedly tracked down a couple of the perpetrators, at least via like email or something. And someone, like, they were asked if they felt any remorse, one of them, and they said, yeah, I guess so. But, in this sort of situation, you got to be pretty thick-skinned. I won't be losing any sleep over it. It's like...
What a champ.
What a chap, buddy. Fucking old chappy Magoo. Dickheads.
Brilliant.
Weird, just bizarre story. And, yeah, wanted to mention it, but also wanted to get it out of the way. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, there you go. We will move on from that debacle to number 2, buddy. Fresh from the terrible disappointment of Bombing Man Busters 2018 or whatever that game is called.
Fucking terrible game.
In this month's PS Plus,
yeah.
Konami has announced that Super Bomberman R is coming to all platforms. This is a game that's come out recently on the Switch to tepid, mediocre reviews. But it's a Bomberman game.
It's Bomberman.
It's coming to PS4, so at least we can kind of hold that candle a little bit longer, buddy.
So the question is, why am I happy about a Bomberman title coming to the PS4, but not Worms?
Because Bomberman games are rarer than Worms, which has been releasing an iteration of itself every year for the last 30.
Okay.
It's literally 30, by the way. The first game came out in 97.
Wow. That's not right. That's 20.
Yep. Yes, it is. Not my strong suit, quite clearly.
Classic.
Yeah,
But yeah,
20
cool.
years. 20 years of Worms, or 21 years, I suppose. How many have we had in the last... I suppose we've had like 2 in the last 5 or 6 years. There was the Battlegrounds, and then there was the...
WMD.
Yeah.
Fucking Worms.
I mean,
Again.
yeah...
Golf. Worms Golf.
I got a humble bundle with like 10 Worms games.
Yeah, I know. That was great. I loved it.
I don't really know. I think it's just because we haven't had one for ages. I think that's genuinely the only reason.
I think you're right.
I don't know if you were aware of this, buddy, but it's been at least 30 years since Worms came out. And I believe Bomberman on the 360 came out in around 1568. So that's probably why you're so excited, buddy.
He's absolutely right.
Exactly. There you go, spot on. We will move on swiftly to this. Sega has teased Sonic R. They haven't said what Sonic R is.
Is it like Bomberman, Super Bomberman R?
I don't think
Are these
so.
just R-rated games, like in America, where those just
they're just going to be
tits.
porn games. Yeah, it's going to be Bomberman fucking some bitches.
Nice, and Sonic banging tails.
Banging tails. Hard and fast.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In and out as the tails spin, buddy.
Ooh. I don't like that.
Proper weird stuff.
I don't like this.
Deviance.
Yeah.
No, this looks like it's going to be a Sonic karting game of some description. And I mean, you're well within your right, dear listener, to say, well, fucking who cares? Except, actually, the last game, which was the terribly named Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is basically just a collection of words, buddy. Right,
just mash them together.
Just chuck them in. Fuck it. That was a really good game. I really liked that game. I had it on PC. I don't know why. Maybe it was Humble Bundle. It was a really fucking cool game. Like, I really enjoyed that. I played some of it. We actually played that LAN.
Hey, on Steam, 10 out of 10.
It's great. It was a great game. So that is a good reason to genuinely be excited for possibly a new Sonic Racing game.
10 out of 10.
Man, it's a really, really good game.
I believe.
You know, I had that F1 Race Stars
it.
on the 360. The Sonic game was much better than F1 Race Stars. Obviously, you've got Mario Kart, so probably.
Yeah, this guy disagrees. This game is such trash. Mario Kart ripoff. The power-ups are trash. They don't even work. I could go on, but that's
10 out of 10.
That's Golan. He's played 0.6 hours. Therefore, fuck that guy. He has not played it enough.
He really gave it a go for all of 18 minutes. So
indeed, he tried.
Yeah, listen to him.
So hard.
Well, anyway, moving on from one racing game to another, buddy. Burnout Paradise, the remaster, came out last week, of course, is top of the UK charts.
Top dog.
There's not much
frog.
else coming out. Albuquerque. First time a Burnout game has been number one since 2005.
What Burnout was that?
That was... It wasn't 3. It was... What was 2? What was Burnout 2 called?
Burnout 2, Burn Harder. Burn Another Day. I can see the logo.
I can't remember the name.
Car.
Yeah, I know. I've got a picture in my head of the fucking front cover. Anyway, the Burnout game that came out in 2005. That was the last time that Burnout was number one in the UK charts. And that's kind of cool, I suppose.
Burnout Revenge was the 2005.
There you go. That's the one. Burnout Revenge. It's been a weird week for the chart, actually, because Kirby Star Allies is in at number 2. So you got Burnout Paradise remastered at number 1 and a Kirby game at number 2. It's the best launch ever for the series, the Kirby series. And it also means, buddy, in the UK top 10 at the moment, 4 of the top 10 are Switch exclusives.
What?
Yeah. 4 of the top 10 UK games right now are not just Switch games, but exclusive to Switch.
See, there's no
Mario
other games
Kart,
out
Zelda.
right now, I'm going to say. And that's
It's true.
why.
It's true. But, at least it's outselling GTA 5.
And FIFA 18.
FIFA 18. Yeah.
I mean, Fallout 4 is at number 9.
Yeah, I don't know what that's doing in there.
Where are the fucking games?
They're coming, buddy. It's early doors.
This is clown shoes.
I think we've been a little spoiled in March in recent years because there's always been some massive AAA game.
Well, we weren't fucking spoiled in November, December time, were we? So where's the fucking games?
But normally there's at least one or two like massive things that are delayed through Christmas into like March, but they still want them out before the end of the financial year. They're still getting delayed. Yeah, exactly.
It's bullshit.
No, it has been slim pickings for a good 6 months, really.
No,
not good.
Don't like it.
So, stuff on the way.
Better be.
Moving on, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. There was a rumour or a leak or something suggesting that was going to be coming out. It is now confirmed that it will be coming out, but it won't have multiplayer.
I mean, that's a good idea.
That's very strange, isn't it?
I hope it's cheap.
I think
no fucker's going to buy it.
All that means to me is that they are either going to sell the multiplayer separately at a later date or release some sort of, I don't know, map packs for the first remaster or something. Maybe sell some sort of bundaroo. I don't know. But I can't imagine that they're not going to release... I mean, I think there's some Modern Warfare 2 maps already in that Modern Warfare game. So, but did anyone really give that much of a fuck about Modern Warfare 2's campaign?
I can't remember it. Was it the one where he stabbed him at the end?
Was that the first one?
Or was that the first one?
I think that was the first one. I can't quite remember.
Was it the one in the aeroplane at the end?
I don't know. They all merge into one.
It's just shooting guns at dudes, mate. Who knows?
Yeah, Gibbons. I can't really remember. Either way.
You know what would have made him a shit ton of money? Just being like, hey guys, we've got Modern Warfare Remastered 1, 2, and 3 multiplayer only maps. Go bananas.
Yeah,
that's it. You don't need the single player. You just get all them maps together, cram them together, and then off you go. Everyone, that game would be populated for fucking ages.
Yeah, it was only that Modern Warfare, the first one. I certainly did enjoy that campaign. Like the ghillie suit stuff and the airport, and it was interesting. But don't know, mate. Weird stuff. We'll move on to something that might interest you, buddy. Lego The Incredibles.
Oh, I love Lego.
Yeah, Lego The Incredibles game on the way to coincide with the next Pixar movie in June, The Incredibles 2, as they slowly piss all over their legacy with endless sequels, highlighting their complete lack of ideas and continue to basically just make really, really expensive toy commercials, buddy.
Brilliant.
He's not sure. Lego The Incredibles. Did you like The Incredibles?
I did, actually.
It's like 04,
they're making a second one, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is going to be tie-in with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just all fucking...
Mate, the Lego games are great. Like, for kids, they're awesome. They're loads of fun. So I'm sure it's going to be a capable game in the Lego series. I don't think it will have any
It'll be the same
issues.
as the others, I'm sure. And,
exactly.
It will also sell really well.
Yep, of course it will.
So you can...
I'll probably get it at some point.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Bound to happen. Well,
others.
It's not got a release date, but the movie's coming out in June. I'd imagine they're going to want to release the game around then as well. So I actually had the Incredibles game, the first game.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got it as a Christmas present. I haven't. It's a PC game that I had. I can't remember much about it. The Incredibles game, PC.
I'm excited about this right now.
2004.
That's not that old. That's not 30 years.
made in the renderware engine by Heavy Iron Studios. Came out on... Confusingly, it says mobile, PlayStation, Xbox... PlayStation 2, Xbox...
PS2, yeah.
PS3... And it did come out on GameCube and PC as well. So there you go.
Mate, this game looks amazing.
It was quite something.
Why did you have this game at the age of 19?
Someone bought it for me.
Okay. Why did they think that was a good idea?
Because they were like, he likes games. Here's a game that's presumably cheap.
It's a cheap shit game.
It's a cheap shit game. Probably went through like a shell garage and was like, there it was in a bin.
I miss those days of like shitty PC
CD
games.
compilations and stuff.
Yeah, and all that bollocks up there. Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, instant replay collection, $4.99. Yeah.
And it had like all the fucking like Splinter Cell 1, Chaos Theory or whatever, and might have had some other Tom Clancy games on there that were really old. End War, who knows? I can't remember how old. Anyway, yeah, I could go on about End War. That was 2008. Oh, that's not. That's not that old. But still, End War.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Incredibles. Really Incredibles 2.
Hawks, wasn't it? That was the other one.
It was the voice command one, wasn't it?
No, Hawks was the flying one. End War was the voice command one, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. You could deliver orders, and it definitely picked it up perfectly every time.
Yeah, I think I played the demo of that and then deleted it.
Agreed.
Anyway.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Moving on, I've got a few more bits. Lots of news. Not
Luckily, I have none. Well, I have one, maybe.
That's fine. Details emerging about the Vive Pro, buddy. This is the professional grade VR headset.
Professional grade, yeah, got you.
A virtual reality gaming headset
for the pros,
professionals.
For the professionals, yeah. I'm so buying into this right now.
Professional what?
It's the professional edition.
Well, you've got a professional PS4, haven't you? So this would be right up your alley.
I'm the pro PS4.
I am the click commander.
I'm the click commander. Obey me.
Well, either way, the features are numerous, but the one that actually matters is the fact that this is going to be wireless. No longer will you be trailing a big fat cable around behind you, trying to use
That's why the pros have it, obviously.
Or whatever it is.
Roomscape?
Where you set up sensors. And
your 4 sensors in the room. And
so it's going to have more of those. It's going to be higher res, but the most important thing is the loss of that cable going Wi-Fi. What it also means, because the release price of the Vive Pro is going to be £800 apparently, this should push the original Vive cost down to £500. So, and then you think about sort of Black Friday coming around, and this thing starts to become achievable for certain PC gamers who've got a little bit of a rig already. So
yes.
I just want to see all headset prices come down so that more people buy them, so that more games are made for them. So this is good news.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Like these old ones, not old one, but the older versions should really be coming down in price. They've been out a few years or so now. I did see a PlayStation VR for 157 quid this week.
Ooh!
And I was like, if I wasn't fucking buying a house...
That must have been tempting.
It was very tempting, buddy. It was very, very tempting.
I'm still looking for cheap Move controllers. I'll ping you a link if I find them. Special times. Well, next, Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct this week for indie games, Nindies, as they call them. Some games were announced. They include the Banner Saga Trilogy, Lumines, the music puzzle game, which will turn the Joy-Cons into glow sticks.
Yeah, and you can put them down your trousers as well.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you could do that anyway, but...
I was going to say, whenever you fancy, really. But
what you do, you have to obviously 2 in your hand, and then you put 2 in your pants, and then the party starts.
That's how it works, buddy. Yeah. That's what I've heard. And also, there's going to be a Comedy Wild West game where all the characters are stickmen, and that game is called West of Loathing. That's coming out as well. A few others, didn't list them all here, but lots of stuff coming out for Switch because that fucking console is thriving, buddy, and is doing very well, and people are releasing games on it. So,
still think a lot of idiots, possibly including me, bought that console.
I mean, it's probably too soon to say. We'll have to kind of look back in maybe 10 years' time to decide whether that was an enormous waste of money or not. But
wow. What's done is done.
Indeed. And, you know, you've had so much fun out of Mario and both,
Mario and Mario Kart.
Exactly. Yeah.
What else do I need? Yeah, true.
Cool, mate.
Yeah, well, you know, that's like 300 odd quid just for those two games. Totally fucking worth it, mate.
Bargain. Yeah. We'll be looking back in 10 years as the podcast trundles on, and you'll be going, I shouldn't have bought that fucking Switch, and I'll be going, I shouldn't have bought that fucking headset. What were we thinking? What were we thinking?
We do a podcast, buddy. We have to do it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful excuse. I like it. The last one from me, buddy. Vivendi has ended its pursuit of a Ubisoft takeover. Ubisoft has really bucked its ideas up of late. They're being very successful, quite publicly so. The relaunch of Assassin's Creed went very, very well, turning games like The Division and Rainbow Six and Wild Pants into these like live games. Share prices have skyrocketed to the point where Vivendi just thought, you know what, fuck it, and they've sold their shares. 27.6%, I think it was, that they had. And they got £1.75 billion for selling off those shares.
They did good.
Yeah, so Ubi have been buying up more and more, and
they've been doing partners with some kind of, what was it, Parents Association or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, all manner of different organisations, to be honest, like some really sort of strange off-the-wall ones. I think there was the Canadian Teachers Association.
That was it, yeah. I was like, what's that
really bizarre.
Sure.
But either way, they're secure. They're delighted. Yves Guillemot was on the company website with a bit of a statement about it today. And yeah, I suppose Ubisoft, I think they're probably doing pretty good work at the moment. Like supporting their games pretty well.
Yeah, exactly, because they're supporting their games and doing a lot of changes. I guess they're getting good coverage in the media because obviously they're not EA and fucking everyone over. So yeah. I guess it might be coming round for them. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens, won't we?
Gibbons, yeah, I'm really looking forward to E3 this year, especially with that in mind. Just for the fact that they can't end on some sort of we are Ubisoft, we're all together, everyone on the stage thing. They'll have to actually roll out a fucking game for us to take a look at.
Maybe.
So I still want that Eagle Flight, by the way. That's another VR game I want to pick up.
It's on sale at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll probably be buying that in about an hour's time then, buddy.
Cool, yeah. I'll look forward to when I get my VR headset and I can play that.
Oh, you're going to have like 35, 40 games when you get that thing.
Stupid, innit? Yeah. Oh, well.
It's going to be such a beautiful thing.
I'm going to be very busy.
Gibbons, buddy. Well, there you go. That's my news. Loads of it. Sorry for all of that spiel, buddies, but, you know, important things. So there you go. Fuck you. We'll move on to my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well. And that would be Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favorite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, fucking nothing this week. Something about Fortnite's going to be cross-play with mobile and PS4, but not Xbox. Because, you know, Sony like to protect their user base from other people. Yeah, cool. Whatever.
Sorry, I'm struggling somewhat to concentrate on what you're saying because you just pasted a picture into the...
Hey, don't ruin it. That's the final piece.
Okay, I'll leave you to
That's
it.
the good news story.
So I'm struggling with listening to what you're saying and taking in what I'm seeing on the screen. But sorry, please carry on. Buddy.
Anyway, yeah. Fucking, there's an update for GTA. More stuff in it. Cars, things. Whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. Yep. Still watching
You're
this.
still watching it, aren't you? So I'll carry this section with my wit and skills. Near finally, second to penultimate final, whatever, penultimate one. Hitman is free at the moment, like the Sapienza fucking mission. Get it, you cunts.
That's the best one.
That is the best one. So yeah, you, at this moment in time, I don't know how long it's on for. You can download the base game, which includes like a couple of missions, I think, at the beginning, and then also Sapienza, which is awesome. And if you haven't played Hitman, you should, because it's fucking game of the year last year or whatever it was. Or the year
unbelievably
before,
good game that I've been meaning to go back to for ages.
I know, I keep thinking about picking it up again and being like, oh yeah, do some Hitmaning. I could do
some more of that share playing on there. It's fun.
Oh yeah, we should do. That was fun. So yeah, finally, buddy, some kind of I don't know what you call this. It's just a picture. It's a GIF. We like talking about VR now that you have VR, and yeah, it's a monkey wearing a Vive.
It's a chimp playing VR, popping balloons.
He's got a nappy on.
He's knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I like how they cut it before he falls over the cable.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, he is about to go over, isn't he? Yeah, beautiful.
He's literally about to die.
What do you think to the ethics of this particular?
I think this isn't right. This is wrong in all kinds of ways. I mean, it's incredibly hilarious, and you know he's fucking doing a great job in VRton, but still, that's not right.
That is a chimpanzee playing on the Vive.
Popping those balloons, he's loving it. Or is he just trying to break free?
Is he losing his poor little mind?
Yeah,
does
he wish scar him
he
for
was
life?
Dead? It's hard to say.
Wow. There you go. We'll tweet that picture out. Right meow. And yeah. Check it out.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Madness. Oh, well, thank you very much, buddy.
You're welcome. Sorry. I was just watching it over and over again, going like, yeah.
Yeah, that will happen. Well, thank you so much, buddy, for that. That was your news there. Yeah, that was your news. Before that was my news, which was long-winded, and that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week.
Games. Yeah, not a lot out this week, buddy, but what is out is at least vaguely interesting. We've got, firstly, the big one, Far Cry 5 is out this week. So the question becomes, are you going to buy that? And are you going to buy that at launch? And what's going to happen?
Nothing. We're going to ignore this game. It's blatantly going to be ball bags.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I bet this thing reviews really well.
Of course it will. It's a Far Cry game. But then, that's Far Cry.
I think I can wait.
Yeah,
I think the fact that it's co-op all the way through makes me want to get it. But I think I can wait until it's down in price a little bit. Which will probably be about 6 weeks.
Yeah. No. It's just no. It's Far Cry, mate. I just can't be arsed.
I kind of want it.
Yeah, but it's not going to be that good.
Might be though.
It won't be. It will be boring like all the other ones. that we've
That's
had no fun
probably
with.
true, buddy. Either way, that is out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC this week, 27th of March, that one. Also, 27th of March, MLB The Show 18 arrives on PS4, which I'm sure, like last year's iteration and the one before that, and the one before that, and the one before that, will be a brilliant solo baseball game with a terrible online component riddled with microtransactions.
Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, definitely. I mean, why not?
It's kind of their thing. I've got... Is it 17 that I've got? It is, isn't it? MLB The Show 17.
Yeah, we bought last year's, yeah.
That game's fucking brilliant, and I love it. And I played loads of that. I probably put like 40 hours into that game, like just solo, playing as a single player in the... I think I was playing for the Angels. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm sure this one will be awesome as well. But yeah, the online usually like lags to fuck, almost unplayable, and they just don't seem to ever. I don't know if they're not. Are they not capable of creating a proper online component? I don't really understand. I don't really get it. Like after all these years, like when 14 came out, that didn't fucking work properly.
Nah, it didn't. It worked well over SharePlay though.
Oh yeah, it was fine over SharePlay. Yeah, streaming video worked better than their actual multiplayer servers. It's good stuff. Yeah. Either way, that's out this week to coincide with the start of baseball season, buddy. We've also got Agony coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC this week. It is a terrifying-looking first-person survival horror game. If that's your bag.
I mean, no. This game looks...
really.
Where am I? Am I in hell, I guess? And people are dead. Some dead tits. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unpleasant is the theme of that.
This looks like it'd be a good VR game.
I would play it.
I would not.
I'd play that shit. I love a bit of it.
There's just some floppy titties right there.
Yep.
What's that all about?
I don't really know. I was mesmerised by a video on YouTube of this that was just titled like 49 minutes of agony gameplay.
That's what I'm watching right now.
I watched it for an alarming amount of that 49 minutes.
I'm at minute 38 and a half, and yeah, this weird creature with a vagina head, I'm gonna say.
There he is. Yep.
And just floppy titties. Oh dear. I'm highly disturbed, slightly aroused. I don't know what I'm meant to do.
He's nursing a weird boner. That's what's going on at the moment. He's not really sure.
The situation is very confusing.
Yes, the situation is very confusing.
Indeed. Anyway, yeah, agony. Yeah.
There you go.
What is this next one?
This is like the like Earth Defense Force games, you know? Xenomorph Defense, European Assault, essentially like PS2 graphics with 10,000 giant ants and bugs.
And loads of fucking, what are they called? Effects, or whatever they're called. Oh, wow, yeah, that's...
They continue to release these games.
I mean, someone must like them.
Yes, I suppose.
I'm not one of them.
No, neither am I.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go. That's out this week. Just the 4, but Far Cry's in there. Got your MLB for some sports.
There. Yeah,
Agony if you like flaming breasts.
If you like vagina-headed titty fuckers.
Yep, and if you want to kill poorly rendered ants, then you can do that as well. So fill your boots, buddies.
Fucking, this sounds like a great week.
Yep. Diversity.
Go on.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with funk. Fuckwit Corner with funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions?
He has got a couple of things to say this week, buddy. The Funk chips in with this. He says, put a few hours into Titanfall multiplayer. Such a well-made game. I am not normally a Twitch shooter fan, but it just works and always seems fair. Who knew?
Who knew?
That was the thing that I kind of felt when we were playing it, was that I was sucking balls and it was 100% my fault. And that's all I ask for. Like,
yeah, obviously.
That's all I want. I'm not especially competitive. Like, really, I'm not. But it's just when things become unfair. Like, that's the problem with Pez. I don't mind losing all the time on Pez if I'm being beaten fair and square. But the only thing that angers me when playing competitive games is when it's just not fair. Whether that be shitty servers, poor mechanics, someone getting a leg up by buying loot boxes, whatever.
I hate poor mechanics.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel so sorry for them. You know, those guys should have more money.
They should, because it's a real skill that they're doing there, and I don't understand how an engine works.
Combustion?
I don't fucking... It's all computers now as well. It's all MP3 these days.
Fucking don't get me started.
Yeah. Yeah, Titanfall, awesome game. We've been really enjoying it, and Funk is as well, and that's pretty interesting. Like, I can't imagine when was the last time it would have been that Funk played a Twitch shooter like on his own, like off his own back, with like under no sort of insistence or collusion from others. So I think I just need to do the same. Really, I need to get good, as you said, as we said before, so that we can really compete in that thing. And definitely want to get a private match going so that we can see how we get on.
Yeah,
I never mind getting murdered by my buddies. It's
oh mate, I'll kill you all day.
Oh, that's so kind, buddy. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Yeah. And also from Funk this week, he says this. He says, I don't like the idea of mobile phone players playing with other people. Fortnite, PUBG, etc. It can only lead to shit experiences, in my opinion.
He's absolutely right. And I believe that earlier today I was reading about how Battlegrounds mobile version is riddled with all kinds of cheaty aimbots and stuff already. Which is, you know, that's the spirit of gaming.
That's what you want, especially when the last release was an Xbox version that runs at about 10 frames per second. They're really hitting it out the park there, aren't they?
They are smashing it, mate. They're absolutely smashing it. They're doing a good job.
I don't really... I don't know.
See, the idea of cross-platform is good, as long as it's like console on console, or, you know, phone on phone, or PC and laptop.
PC and Mac.
Yeah, well, that as well. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
But when you start to, you know, get some kind of mass orgy with them all, then it's just, that's not going to work, because PC players have obviously got the edge over everyone. You know, you would think that console players have got the edge over, like, phone players, and then phone players are just dumb.
I just don't really understand. Like, we're living in a world where apparently no one can successfully get like a high-end portable gaming device off like up and running. Like, Sony gave up on a powerful portable console, because there was no attachment rate. And I realise everyone's got a phone, so that it's a little bit different in that respect, but I kind of was under the impression people didn't really want to play mobile gaming. I guess I'm wrong. I mean, the Switch is doing well,
Mate,
but
kids these days, all they do is play shit on tablets.
Yeah.
All they do.
I obviously just haven't got the perspective, because I haven't got little sprogs running about playing fucking whatever.
Yeah, I just
totally
feel
agree,
like,
though. Like,
we're having a chat in the old Discord, promoting the Discord again. Me and JJ about like Fortnite is. I've read this article about Fortnite being like the next generation game and how it's pushing boundaries forward with like the free-to-play model, and it's getting everyone involved. I'm like, we're fucked if this is the future of gaming, because fuck me, this is bad.
Well, I've been saying this to you for like a good fucking like 5 or 6 years now. Is the older we get, the less the games industry is designed for us.
I see. JJ came back with
stuff.
like a fantastic counterpoint about like how you look at like the sales for like Horizon and like The Witcher, and how they've like thrown everyone off, and like apparently like the single player experience is still there. And then you've got like your AAA titles like Battlefield 1 and COD and stuff. They're always selling well. So he's like, yeah, but the free to play is never, it's not there yet. We've still got all this thing. He's right, it is there. But then all I'm thinking about is the stupid parents, aka the people that I was talking about earlier, where they lose all this money because they don't put passwords on it, but they're not like looking or interested in like what games their kids are playing and things like that. And like, this is where it's going to go wrong, because whatever's popular at the time. So for now it's Fortnite. Everyone's going to be playing Fortnite. It's, I don't know. I'm a bit worried about where gaming trends are going to go. I mean, we were like we're talking about it here. We're already seeing like the tablets cross playing with like the consoles and things like that, and I'm just like, God, this could be a very slippery slope.
Yeah, no, it's it is a source of some concern, isn't it? And
Gibbons.
Yeah, it's just the way that the mainstream is going at the moment seems very far away from what I want. And that's one of the reasons that I picked up the headset, was so that I could just jump off this fucking weird train of progression to games that can't really take advantage of any of these sorts of mechanics, because the attachment rate isn't there. So they've just got to put actual fucking fun games out with no nonsense, like nothing else. It's just like, it's just becomes more and more scary every year. Like, things are weird, man, and I understand them less and less. But yeah, I'm kind of with Funk here. I mean, matchmaking has been an issue for some time, and we've seen these plans from people like Activision and Ubisoft. This whole maybe matchmaking players with even players isn't necessarily the way to get them to fucking fork out and spend loads of money. You want like high end players playing with shitty players, so that the high end players feel powerful and the shitty players feel like they need to spend. It's just all of that sort of stuff. Like it just becomes like so far removed from the reason I started playing games when I was little, like to have fun. It's weird, really weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ongoing discussions in the Discord chat about this. So come and get stuck in on the old Discord app, buddy. You can get it on your phone. And find the JfG podcast on there. There's a link from our website if you want to find your way through the JfGpodcast.co.uk. So there you go. And thanks very much for that, Funk.
Gibbons.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We wanna know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show. And here's something that we can end on, buddy, which we missed last week. It actually came in to the PS4 community on the Tuesday, and for some reason I didn't pick this up in time for it to make last week's show. But this is a cheeky post from Mel Gibson's Soul, fan favourite, of course, in the old community. Been here for some time now. Shout out to Mel. And he said this: if anyone would like to watch me explore an abandoned house in the Florida Keys, search Lonesome Not I on YouTube. Didn't even notice it until I set up a campsite. So overgrown. He asks if anyone would like to watch that, buddy. The answer is yes. Yes, I would like to watch that, and I have watched that. And yeah, it's just Mel going around a house, and for some reason I found it quite interesting. So yeah, I fully encourage the rest of the community to jump on board here. This is Lonesome Not I, so it's Lonesome and then Knoteye. So not like not I, but with a knot, like a rope knot type thing. And that will pop up his video on YouTube straight away. Got a very, very fine hound there, of course, buddy, as well. But yeah. I watched this. It's like a 25-minute video, which I didn't get bored at any point. Just found it very interesting. Why has this dude left all this shit around? Like, who are these people? What happened? Like, why is there like a DeWalt drill and a piano? I don't get it. It's weird. It kind of, got me excited for The Last of Us.
Daytime, I would say this is some kind of horror film.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also quite an alarming amount for a Brit to be watching, buddy. An alarming amount of weaponry littered around the place. Which
That's
is
just normal, though, I believe.
I think I'd feel a little bit nervous about wandering around somewhere that I thought was abandoned in a state like Florida, in a country like the States, especially when I then stumble upon a selection of bones and weapons on the way through. Yeah. So this is a whole new fucking next level shit here, buddy. Like, Mel's been gracing us with his beautiful artwork for some time now, and here we are with an interesting curated POV view of him exploring the countryside. So I don't even know what to say. He just keeps giving.
It's just non-stop, mate. I love it. It's amazing. It's just... There's so many questions that are just going to be unanswered about this.
We'd love to know more.
I like to think that it's like an art piece, because of obviously the art of Mel Gibson's soul. This is it, and this is he's trying new mediums.
Yeah, it's like a Tracy Owen type piece, but Mel, he's really going for it. Special. Well, there you go. If you want to watch Mel Gibson's soul exploring an abandoned house in the Florida Keys, buddy, you know what to do. Yeah, and thanks very much for that, Mel. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 155 of the JfG podcast. And what a time we've had. What a time indeed.
Yeah.
He knows.
I've been there.
He's been here.
I've just since watching that fucking chimp with the VR, I've just been somewhere else.
We've both been shell-shocked by that image, buddy.
I don't know what to do.
Difficult to string sentences together after something like that.
It really is, it really is.
What are we going to play? Dear. What are we going to play now? I need to look at this VR sale you were telling me about.
Yeah, we'll look at the VR sale and then go from there. We'll sort something out.
Fucking love it. Beautiful. We played some of that mini golf last week with me in the headset.
Oh, yeah, the infinite mini golf, yeah.
That was cool.
I mean, for me, it was just like playing the game.
Yeah. It was like playing the game with some fucking bell end in your ear going, this looks amazing. Look at that. There's an aeroplane. It's so beautiful. Wow.
I'm in Santa's workshop.
Yeah. Perhaps not the best.
Me too, mate. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. This marvelling at this fucking mini golf game like some sort of dullard. There you go. Yeah. They have made an alarming amount of effort on that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm not denying it.
But yeah, there we go. Okay, well, let's fuck off and look at the VR sale, because I want to spend some more money, buddy. I want to win that game of buying games.
Gibbons.
One of those things. You can find us in a selection of different places on the internet, buddy. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk or Facebook/the JfG Podcast, or you can find us on Twitter at the JfG Podcast, on SoundCloud /Just for Gamers if you want to listen to an episode from 3 billion years ago. We're also on the PS4. Come and join our PlayStation 4 community where you can see beautiful artwork from Mel, as well as now videos, and various other bits and pieces as well. Where else are we? Video streaming sites like YouTube and Twitch.tv and Mixer.com. I almost always say like Beam.pro, and then I have to stop myself and say Mixer.com instead.
It's because that's a terrible name, whereas Beam.pro, great name.
Beam.pro is a great name. So we're on Mixer.com, aka Beam.fucking.pro. And we're on Discord. You can find that from the website. Pop something in Street Beat on the website as well, buddies, and you'll get read out in this very little section at the end here next week. And we're also on Google+, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll be back next time, but until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JfG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JfG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.